Hello, my name is Jen McMahon, and I'm the Component Executive Director for AIA East Tennessee. And today I'm going to help you submit a project for our upcoming 2023 Design Awards. So first, what we're going to do is open up our browser and log on to AIAETN.org. And once you arrive at our wonderful homepage, you're going to navigate up to our navigation bar and hit Awards, and then select 2023 Design Awards. And once you arrive here, just to make it super simple, we're going to click How to Submit in 2023. And here you'll find some basic information on how to enter eligibility, awards, classifications, submission guidelines, etc. But just so that we can make this even easier, I'm going to show you the process through this video. So before we go ahead and submit a project, we have to ensure that we submit a payment on our payment portal. Ensure that you put your architecture firm, contact information, phone, email, all that jazz, and the proper amount of projects that you're going to be submitting for our design awards this year. And don't worry if you submit all of your projects and you forget one, you can always come back and go to this page, put in one project and submit. Once you do click submit, it'll take you to another screen that says thank you for submitting a payment for our 2023 Design Awards submission platform. If you do not receive a receipt, please let me know and I will send you a receipt from our payment processor, Stripe. But once you are complete and made your payment, you can navigate back up to that navigation bar, Awards, and then hit 2023 Design Awards again. Click How to Submit in 2023. And then you'll be taken back to this little area again, and you will click AIA ETN Design Awards Project Submission Portal. It will then take you to our beautiful platform designed by Amber Lombardo, AIA National Case President and AIA Memphis Component Executive Director. And here's a brief description of our submissions platform. And there are detailed instructions on how to submit your project, but I'll briefly go through this. Now, I know in the past that we've submitted PowerPoint presentations and PDFs, but for the last 2 years, we've been doing it digitally and have been taking information, just entering it into a form and auto-populating it into a beautiful presentation. So that's why we're doing it a little bit differently this year. But the same information is being asked. So you'll see some of the required information, and although not everything is required, the more information that you give us, the better. We want to be able to best understand the process, why you designed it, how you designed it, all the folks involved, just so the more information, the better. You'll see all of this information here, product street address, green building certifications. We love to see that. Project summary here, 2 to 3 sentences, and then our project narrative. It is a 400-word limit, but here you put issues such as time, site constraints, design and detail innovations, environmental considerations, context, and history. Just give us as much information as possible that best describes your project. And here is a very important part. It's our image collection. Here you can load up to 15 images. Up to 5 megabytes each. Most photos that you're going to submit are going to fall underneath of this 1,500 to 2,000 point requirement, so no worries there. But if you do have issues submitting, please feel free to reach out to me again at jen@aiaetn.org. But when naming the files, make sure that we have specific names for each one of the photos, and you'll see why a little bit further down the form. But make sure that you name the project and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on, and up to 15 as necessary. So, and those photos include site plans, building plans, Um, Also, additional drawings may include elevations and sections, wall sections, details, diagrams, or renderings. These photos describe the site and the building. So literally, give us as many images that best describe and give us um, a look into the process of creating your beautiful work of art. So again, much information as possible. We're going to put our framework narrative here, our framework for design excellence image. If you have questions on that, again, please feel free to reach out to me. And here is where your featured image will go. Now this is the image that's going to be used at the top of the project page. This is the first image that our design awards jury will see. It'll also be the first image on the form that's populated after submitting your project. And it's also going to be used if your project is selected for a design award. So this is a pretty important image. And then you're going to submit a smaller version of that image just so that it can be used in our jury grid. So make sure that you do upload a bigger version and a smaller version of that featured image. And here is where that naming of the files come into play. So for example, let's put Maxville Housing 1 JPEG, and then taken by Bill Smith, and then a brief description. Here is the opening of the hallway in one of the west side corridors. Again, submit as many captions and credits as possible with each one of those JPEGs, and you would be able to continue to list all of the photos that you've submitted and all of the um, credits for each one of those, so you can keep entering as you go. Keep scrolling, putting down the building area, cost, construction cost, date of completion, general contractor, collaborators, consultants, all of that information. Make sure that you put it in there. I know, again, it's not required. The more information, the better. Make sure that you select that design awards category, very crucial. And here is just the submitter name and last name, email, and phone. And once you push submit, it will take you to a screen that says thank you for submitting a project for the 2023 AIA ETN Design Awards. And you should receive an email confirmation. If you do not receive an email confirmation, please reach out to me at jen@aiaetn.org, and I will go in on the back end to make sure that your project was submitted. I did want to let you know that it takes about 30 minutes to populate all of the information that you submitted into a form, so there might be a delay on my end to be able to see the project. So don't worry. But all that's to say, it's a pretty easy process. Um, there is not a feature for you to come back and save with this form, but there will be that capability next year. So make sure that you stay on this page and do not, close it out, because if you do close it out, there's no way for you to go back in and, find a project or resubmit it. So um, make sure that when you're ready to submit, you are ready to submit. Um, if you do have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My direct line is 330-243-0191. And again, my email is jen@aiaetn.org. Thank you so much for what you do in our community. Thank you for taking the time to submit something that you worked on, that you created, that helps others within our community. And thank you for being a part of AIA East Tennessee. Have a great rest of your day, and we can't wait to see you at our upcoming 2023 Design Awards Gala on September 28th at Jackson Terminal.